Hey, I'm Charles with Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Today I'm going to show you how to install a Tusk folding glass windshield on your Kawasaki Teryx 800. Now the process will be the same for the 2 and the 4-seaters, and if you haven't picked up one of these windshields yet, some of the benefits are you're going to get laminated safety auto glass. This stuff is super durable. It's going to stay looking good for a long time. You've got a windshield wiper to clear it off. You've got some vents for when things warm up. And if you ever want maximum airflow on a hot day, you can simply fold the windshield down and out of the way. Now, these windshields, they can be installed with or without the Tusk A-pillar mirror mounts. We're going to be installing those today on our machine. They don't come with the kit. They're going to be sold separately, so be aware of that. But with all that being said, let's get started. To get this ready, we're going to install the bulb seal first. And then the 2 longer pieces go across the bottom. Next, we're going to install the vent door brackets. Now, the kit comes with 5 smaller button head bolts, and you're going to use some nylocks along with those. So right here we have bracket B. I'm going to start by installing that. We're going to leave the hardware loose until we have everything fitted up, and then we'll go through and tighten it down. Next, we've got bracket A, and these bolts are just coming through the front side of the windshield. Then we can install bracket C. Just make sure this arc is in the same orientation that we have it right here. Then we've got that hand knob, and we're going to put the friction washer in between bracket C and bracket A and screw this into place. Then we'll make our final adjustments and tighten all the hardware down. Now when you tighten the bolt for bracket C, just keep in mind, once you get it snug, back it off maybe 1/8 of a turn so that it can rotate freely. Next, we need to prep the filler panel. So the way we have our sitting, you have this 90-degree bend. This bend is going to go in towards the cab, and this is the bottom portion right here. So across the top, we're going to install this flap seal, and this has that 90-degree clip on it. And we're just going to go in between these bolt holes right here. Then we have the 2 shorter pieces on the outsides. I'm going to flip this around just to better show the process. We have this foam tape. We're going to go across the front of that filler panel just like that. We'll cut the excess off. And we'll split that extra foam to go down each side. Now I'm going to install the mirrors. So to do that, we need to install the A-pillar mounts. So first we're going to remove both of these bolts going through the driver's side A-pillar, and we will not be reusing that hardware. Next, we're going to take the mirror mounting brackets and the supplied bolts from our folding glass windshield. We're going to put those through the A-pillars. I'm going to install these washers on the back, the windshield bracket, and both nuts. Then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Just keep in mind that this mirror bracket has the curve. It's going to bend in towards the cab. Next, we're going to take the upper roll cage clamps. We're going to install those on the upper side of the A-pillar. Now this flat side is going to be facing in, and all of the hardware we're going to be installing will leave loose until we make the final adjustments to the windshield. Next, we're going to install the upper filler panel clamps. Once you have all the clamps in, you can go ahead and remove all 4 of those mounting bolts. Next, I'm going to set the filler panel in place. We'll adjust our clamps and install the hardware. Next, I'm going to have a friend help me carry the windshield over to the machine. We'll set it in place and we'll start by installing the 5 button head bolts on each side of the windshield and loosely install the nuts on the back side. After that, we're going to take the knobs, we're going to install the bigger washer on there, then we have the rubber grommet. And we're going to put these in the top mounting locations. Now with this, you're probably going to have to move the filler panel around, get that adjusted, and you might have to move the windshield as well. Now just keep in mind when you're lining everything up, you want to try to have that nut centered up with the slot in the windshield. Now that we have all the hardware loosely installed, we're going to make our final adjustments up and down and side to side on the windshield, and then go through and tighten down all of the hardware. Next, I'm going to fold the windshield down and install the 2 standoff brackets. Now this rubber pad is going to be facing towards the front of the machine. We'll screw the knob into it. Once you have both brackets in place, you'll adjust them for optimal fit. Keep in mind you want the knob right in the middle of that slot. Then I'm just going to use a paint pen, or you can use a Sharpie to mark your mounting locations. Next, I'm going to take my 1/4 inch drill bit and drill those mounting locations. Then we'll use the longer button head bolts that came in the kit. We'll put those through the bracket, through the hood, and then we've got a washer on the back side, followed by a nylock nut. Once those are installed, we'll fold the windshield down, make sure everything still lines up, install the 2 knobs, and then you can go ahead and tighten down those bolts. Next, we're going to install the windshield wiper. So we're just going to use some pliers and pop this plastic button out, and then we'll install the wiper knob from the back side. First, you're going to remove the smaller nut, and you've got a bigger nut, a washer, and a grommet. Take those out, put that knob mount through, reinstall the grommet, the washer, and the bigger nut. We'll tighten those down with 17mm open end wrenches. Then we need to install the wiper arm onto the wiper. So you've got 2 buttons on the side of the wiper. You're going to pop up the plastic cover, put the wiper arm through it, hook it onto the wiper, and press the cover back down. Then we're going to reinstall the knob from the inside. You want to line up the wiper arm with the knob. And this thing is spring loaded. We're just going to press down on that. Press the wiper arm down onto those splines. Then we'll install that smaller nut and use a 10mm socket to tighten it down. Once it's tight, press down the plastic cover. We'll move the wiper out of the way. Now we're going to remove the bolt from our mirrors, and the only thing you need to pay attention to when you're installing these mirrors is the orientation of the logo, and you need the star washer in between the mounting bracket and the mirror. And we'll tighten that mounting bolt with a 13mm wrench. And we'll repeat those steps on the passenger side. And that's how you install the Tusk folding glass windshield on your Kawasaki Teryx 800. It's pretty simple to do, and if you need one of these windshields, they're available on our website, so be sure to check that out. And if you have any questions about the install process, leave those questions down in the comments below, and subscribe to our channel for more helpful content. I'm Charles with Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Thanks for watching.